here today. This is very, very important information. So, anyways, hi everybody. I'm Missy. I love books. Hang on, I gotta move some stuff. I love books so much. I love people. I love to talk. I love to talk about books. It's a whole thing. So that's why I started this Twitch, is because I just wanted to I wanted like a book club, but without like the way that I pictured a book club, which is like people just ragging on books or people just trying to sound so intellectual, which is just totally not my style. So that's why I started this. And unfortunately, I don't have like any experience with Twitch or video games or streaming or whatever, or really public speaking in general. But I just jumped into this and it's been super, super fun. And I absolutely love it. I love doing the Twitch thing. I love talking about books. Specifically, my favorite part about doing this whole thing is reviewing the Wattpad books. So I love reviewing Wattpad books. I love Wattpad, first of all. That's a big part of what I'm doing here is like I have zero education, zero professional experience in writing or editing or journalism or publishing or like anything even remotely in that avenue. I have no experience. Okay. I am a hobby reader and a very, very, very amateur writer. So I just love to read. I love books. I love all different kinds of books. I can find something I like about basically anything that I've read. And so when I started this Twitch thing, I was like, okay, I should review Wattpad books because, I've read so many amazing works on Wattpad. I know that people like to get constructive feedback. I think that I'm an excellent reader. Those are the people that I've actually read their books. I feel like they, look forward to the comments that I leave. And so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do this in like a video format. And then that way I can get into more detail about what I liked about a book, what I didn't like, what I thought maybe didn't work for the book, any constructive feedback whatsoever I could provide. I thought this was like a fun way to do that. And I actually haven't seen anything like a Wattpad review video thing so far on Wattpad. I haven't seen anything like this. So it was like a unique, fun thing. Wattpad, for those of you who are not familiar, it's his website, and I'm pretty sure everybody who's watching is completely familiar with this. I was waiting for the Discord. Oh, sorry, Cherry. And my chat box is not working. So sorry, whoever is watching this video after the fact, you are going to have to open up the chat to see what I'm responding to. So sorry about that. So anyways, Wattpad, it's for like amateur writers from all over the world, can post their stories. They can post their works in progress. They can post their drafts. They can post their fan fictions. They can post final books that they've worked years and years on. They can just post a bunch of random things that is like not coherent. You can post whatever you want on Wattpad. Okay. And these are different ranges of skill level. This is for people who are just starting out writing. These are people who've been writing since they were little kids. Some of them are little kids, because there is like I think there's like a kids version of Wattpad or something where you can like change the filters to where it's like there's 18 plus and then there's younger than 18, whatever. It's the internet. They're going to see whatever. That's basically what Wattpad is. Some people post their stories because they want beta readers, so people to like read their books and provide feedback or say what they like about the book. Somebody like me is probably a good beta reader because I'm just going to go off on like all of my notes. Some people just want to share their work with anybody. Some people have just like writing something and they're like, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to share it with somebody and see if anybody else likes it because I wrote this and I like it, or I wrote this and I'm not sure about it, whatever. People will post that. A lot of people just post stuff for fun. A lot of people, a lot of people, and I love seeing this in people's profiles too, where they'll have like in their profile, like, my big dream is to get published one day, or my big dream is to get published and for that published work to turn into a movie. And like, I mean, isn't that everybody's dream? How cool would that be? I remember when I first shared mine, I was like, how cool would it be if like somebody who was artistic read my book and then did fan art? That was like my big dream. It's like somebody to like love my characters enough to make fan art. Some people are like, what if somebody did fan fiction of my book? Like, that would be cool. So everybody has like different reasons why they're posting to Wattpad. Everybody has different dreams. Everybody has, again, different skill level. There's a lot going on Wattpad, right? It's a super, super fun community, and it's a great way to like test the writing waters if you're new, or test your skill level if you're not new, to see like, am I really a good writer, whatever. For readers like me, it's an awesome place to read a bunch of free books and to talk directly to the author. So you can leave comments on the entire chapter. You can leave comments on just a single paragraph. I freaking love the comments function on Wattpad as a reader and as a writer. It is the best, in my opinion, the absolute best thing about Wattpad. I freaking love the inline comments are freaking amazing. I love seeing what other people comment. I like to read people's comments. It's just so fun. It's like a book club. It's like a book club. You are reading a book with a person and talking directly to the author. It's a freaking dream. Okay. So Wattpad is great. I love it so much. It is, I've met some of my absolute favorite people on Wattpad. I've read some of my favorite works on Wattpad. It is seriously so awesome. So Wattpad's great. So that's my little rant. I mean, Wattpad should seriously pay me, because I just really did a great ad for Wattpad right there. But so that's Wattpad. So I started doing these things saying, oh, okay, great. I know a great way to support this community that I love, and I will provide these reviews. And that's a lot, it's a lot to get feedback on a book, right? On your book, on your baby. I'm an amateur critic. Okay. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I, again, have reiterated almost every single time I do a stream, I start with, hey, guess what? I'm Missy. I'm pretty dumb. Like, I'm dumb. Like, I am not like in that world at all. I simply just love to read. That is my thing. I like do not have, you should take everything I say with a grain of salt, knowing that I don't know what the masses like. I know what I like. I'm a single person. I've read a lot of books. That's basically my entire resume for this, is that I've read a lot of books. That's not a big resume. So if you are requesting a review from me, please keep that in mind. Take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I mean, getting feedback is a scary thing to do for your work. These authors that are posting to Wattpad are braver than you think. You're sharing a piece of yourself. You're making yourself vulnerable when you post your baby to the internet, right? Like, you are just sharing it, you are exposing yourself. And I think that a lot of people take that for granted. A lot of people think like, oh yeah, you're just posting it, because I've read hundreds of things on Wattpad, right? But it is scary to share something that you've worked really hard on, that you care a lot about, with the world. And when you're asking for feedback, like if somebody were to ask me for feedback and I tell you I'm going to be honest with my feedback, right? My goal is to be supportive of your work. And supportive can look at a lot of different ways. Supportive could be like, dude, I freaking loved this character, or dude, you really need an outline, like that is me supporting your work. In no way do I want anybody to ever be discouraged by the things that I say in my reviews. So this is a huge long rant. And if you're caught up with me at all, you should know that it is because last week I did a review on a book, and right after that review, a few hours after that review, the Wattpad author deleted their entire Wattpad profile. And that is the second time that has happened. The first time was confusing because they were so excited about the review. They had shared it with everybody, shared like links to the review. They're like, hey, check it out. Check out this review. This last time, and this was like within a few days of the review. This last time from the review last week was really crazy because or not really crazy, really obvious what had happened because I had posted my review. They shared it and said, hey, check out this link. They had messaged me saying like, hey, English is my second language, I think is what they said, something along those lines. And then they deleted their Wattpad account. And I feel like my review last week was really honest. You know, I feel like I was trying to be really positive and not trying. I'm just naturally positive, and it was an interesting read, and there were a lot of things that I liked about that book. But I want to be honest, but after they deleted their thing, I just had this horrible feeling like, dude, should I really continue to do these reviews? I want to be honest. I really enjoy doing them, but maybe I should not keep doing this. If two people have quit writing or just burned it all down because of the crap that I've said, some random person on the internet who knows nothing about writing, like, really, am I qualified to be giving feedback? Like, these people are asking for it, and I feel like I'm always having the asterisks, I don't know what I'm talking about, but it really, really did make me think, should I be providing these reviews? And then I was like, well, maybe I can change the way that I review. Maybe I should just I should ask them, what level of honesty do you want? Do you just want some fluff? You want to hear what's good about your book? Or do you want, you want to hear like, what do I like about the plot in general, and then not to get too specific? Or like, I was just like, oh, maybe I should just give levels of like, and they can tell me what they feel comfortable with. And in the end, I was like, nah, I'm just going to do my thing. Obviously, I'm great with feedback, right? I was just like, no, because I'm a talker. I will talk, and I get excited about these books, and I'm just going to say everything all the time. I cannot stop myself. So knowing myself, I knew that that was not really an option for me to kind of tone myself down or try and go really hard on some of these authors, knowing that they might regret that decision to request that feedback. But that was basically my thoughts. Was should I be providing the feedback that I have been providing? And the answer to my question was yes, Missy, you're perfect. Don't question yourself. You're amazing. Oh my gosh. The world is wrong. You're always right. And if you know me, you should know, yes, I am always right. If you've ever had a conversation with me, everything I say is pure gold. It's perfect. Listen to me always. Just kidding. No. You need again, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. I'm an amateur. I don't know what I'm talking about. I really am just an appreciator of the art of writing as a reader. I love to read. Do with that information as you will. I do have some memes for you authors out there, and I need you to see them, okay? Because the world, first of all, the world is better with memes. Okay, and then also, I'm not keeping up with the chat because my chat is going bonkers right now, so hang on. Yes, reviews are so fun. Yes, they are. Be honest. Honestly, it is so refreshing in the age of let me review your book, 17 pages of 5-star reviews. I know. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Memes, count me in. Possibly add a disclaimer that you are actually honest. I was thinking about like linking this spiel that I'm going on now. Be like, hey, before you request a review from me, please make sure that you've watched like one of my previous reviews so you'll know what to expect. And I did try to like buff up my information page on like my review request form to be like, this is what you should expect. I'm going to go over this, and this, and this, right? That's my goal for my reviews. But I'm hoping that the people who are requesting a review actually do want feedback, because that is actually what I'm going to provide. And I do say several times that I'm going to be honest. And I remember there was this like Blunt Reviews review shop, and I was like, oh, hell yes, I need some blunt, honest review, right? And it was just 100% positive, and that's not helpful to anybody, right? I want to be helpful. I want to really, really, really again, support the books with constructive criticism, and not just be like, yeah, your book's great, and then nothing else. That's not a review. That's just me patting you on the back. This always reminds me of parenting, because my daughter draws me 10,000 pictures all the time. Obviously, she's a child. And when she draws me a picture, she asks me if I like it. And I will give her my honest feedback. Did I like your drawing? No. Sometimes the answer is no. You could have done better. You just scribbled on a page. You need to, or she'll give me like a coloring book page that she just scribbled one color on, and I'll say, no, this is not fridge worthy. Try again. And that sounds really harsh, but I'm telling you, I did this with my daughter, and I said, I remember saying, like, why don't you try coloring in the lines? She colored in the lines for the next 10 minutes of her coloring, and she came back at me. She was in awe of what she was capable of. She had no idea she could color like that. That happens all the time. And then sometimes, you know, she brings me a drawing and I flip out over it. I'm so excited because I can tell that she's worked really hard, and I tell her that she's worked really hard. That is the type of feedback that you want. Shoot, even yesterday, she was like, I bought her a basketball because she's starting basketball. Kindergarten basketball. Awesome. And she starts slapping the ball, trying to dribble it. And I was like, no, let's watch a YouTube video together and we'll learn how to dribble a ball together, and then we'll practice. And I was like, then at the end of this day, you're going to be able to dribble 50 times. And every single day we're going to dribble 50 times, and eventually we're going to switch hands, blah, blah, blah. She was pissed. She did not think that she was capable of dribbling 50 times. Guess who dribbled like 5,000 times last night and first thing this morning? She was very excited. Challenge yourself. Get that constructive feedback. Appreciate when people are honest with you. Don't just freaking coax someone's ego all the time. That's not cool. That's not helpful to anybody. I'm 100% in you. Be honest. Okay, I'm catching up on the chat again. Sorry. I'm like way behind. Oh my gosh. My computer's dying. Sorry. This is not great. Okay. I should pull it up on my phone. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Okay, here we go. Is the chat doc in OBS not working, or just the added like stream elements source? It's the chat box in OBS is not working. Ignore this in general if it derails thoughts. No, I need that chat open. This is throwing me off. I need to talk to you guys. Otherwise, I feel like I'm just talking to myself. Exactly. Disclaimers make it entirely their fault if they refuse to read. Okay, yeah, you know, totally. And to be honest, even they are mad now. The constructive criticism is going to help them in the future. Agreed. Listen, your tree is effing purple. This isn't the Lorax. Throw it out. Like, I don't know, worst case, maybe they realize writing isn't for them and find a hobby that makes them happier, or they'll be like me and go chew on the criticism and improve their work and come back later with a much better book. Yes, I don't know what the yes is for, but so yeah, I feel like for me, I get in my 5-minute Twitch career, like 7 years ago, I used my phone to read the chat. Okay. I got to do that. I got to figure this out. Hang on. I'm so sorry, everybody, for like the serious technical difficulties I'm having today. It's so annoying. My phone's right here, though. Stream manager. Boom. Okay. Got my chat up right in front of me. We're good to go. I am just dying to know what you thought of Megaverse. Yes, I will be getting to Megaverse. Of course I will. So, blah, blah, blah. Constructive criticism and the memes. So this is just what I had for memes that I tracked down, because they help me to understand things. Okay. Memes are key to my education. It's like poetry. It's like music. You can understand things better in memes, in my opinion. Okay. If I can get them to load, that would be helpful. Okay. Me acting like the negative feedback I just got on my draft did not affect me. Look at Ross crying into his thing. Yes, totally. Oh my gosh. Totally. That is me. So I've gotten feedback on my works before by a lot of people. Specifically, Cherry has given me a lot of feedback, and it's because I probably respect her comments more than just about everything. I respect her feedback because I respect her as a writer a lot, so that really helps me to actually listen to everything that she has to say. I am exceptional about feedback because my parents were dickheads my entire life, so I'm very good at taking everything with a grain of salt. Do I respect your opinion? No, not really. If it's my parents, I don't really care what you have to say. Send some really, I mean, my dad, I remember when I was like in some very formidable years, was like yelling at me in my room one time saying, "You're an F up. You're always going to be an F up. You will amount to absolutely nothing in your entire life. I'm so sure of it." And you know what that did to me? I was like, oh, cool. I am not going to turn this into a me thing. You just made me lose all respect for your opinion. And here I am, 33 years old, and I really could give a crap what he says. And my mom too. I don't care what they say. You have to like free yourself of caring so much about what other people say. And look at me now, Dad. I'm freaking amazing. I'm a part-time employee with 6 internet friends. Suck on that. Anyways, yes. So this is the editor meme. How I see my book when I send it to my editor. Les Mis. How I see my book when my editor sends it back. Children's book. Totally. Oh, and yes, what I was saying about Cherry, your feedback. I always love your feedback, but I don't listen to absolutely everything that you tell me either, because you'll be like, oh, Rose shouldn't be a B to her mom. It makes her unlikable. And I'm like, nah, she's going to be a B to her mom. She got a complicated relationship with her mom. And, it's like, you're like, and I've said that before, is you know your characters. You are, it's your creative vision that you need to listen to. So take everything that I say with a grain of salt, again, for the billionth time. And I'm sorry that I'm going off about this for like 30 minutes now. But it is really important to me after what happened last week with the author deleting their freaking Wattpad account. I really wanted to like have like a like huge PSA where I'm talking about, what people do as a writer. So sorry, Ellen, I know that you're really wanting to hear my thoughts on Megaverse. I will get to it, I promise. And I will clip this later. So if you are looking for the Megaverse review or Mr. Peter review later, they'll be clipped and you can go straight to it and you can skip all of my nonsense here. And this is my next meme, me when I ask someone to give me feedback on my writing and they give me feedback and instead of just saying it's good. This is not what I want any of the authors to be thinking when I'm providing feedback, because that is just not at all what's going to happen. I'm going to provide feedback. Although there's sometimes I don't have anything really constructive to say, which we'll get into that later. Is this the universe trying to beat patience into me? JK, I love the memes. Thanks, Ellen. I'm glad to have you on the team here. Let's see here. Yeah. Sorry, you're probably itching for it. An author receiving the feedback that they asked for. It hurts getting feedback sometimes, especially when you think like, oh, their mind's gonna be blown. They're going to call me like Shakespeare, right? After I send this to them and they're like, hey, this didn't make sense. And you're like, what? Did it not make sense? And then this is another meme. Sorry. Oh, and sorry, I didn't see your message. Textual. My dad once bought me a bag of chips for my birthday, but opened them on the way because he got hungry. Then I didn't see him for 11 years. So your dad is definitely worse than mine. Is absolutely worse than mine. Sorry about that, Textual. Hey, Brad. Yo. I haven't actually gotten into the stream yet, so you are not late for anything, and we are so happy to have you. Okay, and this goes into my point earlier, this one. Oops. Forgive me. I clicked on the wrong thing to move. When you incorporate all of... you guys see this pizza, right? When you incorporate all of the feedback from every critic, right? So there's a rotisserie chicken on a pizza, and then there's chocolate and sprinkles. You cannot please everybody. Please always just listen to your own personal vision, and because if you listen to everybody, this is the garbage that you are going to create, right? You cannot make everybody happy, right? And then I actually do have some like writer advice to authors out there, because I freaking love authors, right? So this is you just need authors are so brave for sharing their stuff. It's like an amazing thing that they're doing. Like, this is an art that they're doing, right? So it's to me, it's just like, I just appreciate what they're doing. I appreciate authors. You need to keep writing. I love you for doing it. And it also doesn't need to be amazing, right? You just get started. Writing is not about telling an epic story or making something that will outlive you. Writing is going about, you know what would be fucking awesome? And then committing word crimes. I can't this is amazing. Okay. I love this. Absolutely. Do not, I mean, of course there's people out there who are going to write amazing works of art, but just write. Don't be brave, be awesome, write what you want to write, and then just do it for you. Like, write, like there was one advice that I had heard where it was like, write a book for yourself. And and don't be afraid of these potential readers that, you're worried that you're going to piss them off, or you're going to make them unhappy or whatever, and you're overthinking it. Just write it for yourself. Okay. And then this one I really thought was a really awesome little note here, and some advice from Taco Bell Quarterly. Become a writer anyway. Fuck it. Do it. It won't save you, but it's still a beautiful dream to write novels and short stories and poems and mingle with other dreamers and make art and laugh in the face of death. And writing is constant death. May you always live, Moss. I don't understand the writing is constant death bit, but I do understand the live, Moss. Taco Bell. It's amazing. And then, sorry, I have like 4 more, okay? 4 more here, and then we'll get into the actual reviews. Thank you, Ellen, for your amazing... for your patience. God is testing you. He wants to see how much do you really want to hear that review, huh? And then this one, hey writers, this is a friendly reminder that you are allowed to write selfishly. Your writing is allowed to be self-indulgent. You can have self-insert characters. Your stories can be pure wish fulfillment, which we see on Wattpad all the time, by the way. We have fanfics that are very clearly about, there's so much. There's so much out there. We know what we're talking about. Sometimes we get so caught up in wanting to please the theoretical reader that we forget our writing is first and foremost for us. It is our art, our self-expression, and we do it for our passion and our joy. Use other voices and perspectives to grow your own perspective and bring more to your writing, like me, for instance. But you don't owe it to anyone to create art for them the way they want it. Your writing can be a love letter for yourself. What did that say? Low-key hiding in a conference room, pretending to be at work in the office for this. My coworkers thinks I'm on a meeting. Oh my gosh. Geez Louise. I'm so sorry, Ellen. Let me be quick about this then. I have 3 more memes. Or 3 more things I want to share before I get into it. Oh my gosh. Also, welcome to my stream, Ellen. I take it you're on Wattpad. Let's see here. Okay. Write it badly, write it badly, write it badly, write it badly, write it badly. Stop what you're doing, open a Word document, put a pencil on some paper, just get the idea out of your head, let it be good later, write it down now, otherwise it will die in there. Brandon Sanderson in Overcoming Writer's Block to create a final draft as a professional author, right? Get your stuff out there. And then again, write it badly and then get feedback and then keep working at it and keep growing. So that's my big thing. Okay. Just write it badly, write it for yourself. Screw it. You're amazing for even writing something. Like, you're never going to live that dream until you actually get it out there. So yes, Absolutely. Write your words. Don't ever stop. But then also be open to criticism, because what you write is not going to be perfect, especially a first draft. My first draft of my book was garbage trash. My second was less garbage trash, still garbage trash, but it's like you just are just going to keep doing it. So that urge to get you to write an entire novel, this one I love, based on a blurry image of a character in your mind and a vibe you got from a song. Who else out there has heard a song and tried to turn it into like 6 chapters of a book or an entire book or at least a scene? Like, I have heard a song and been like, okay, yes, I'm doing that. Yep, my username is Eleanor Kennedy 14. Oh my gosh. Hello. Seriously, my favorite reader. Big fan of heroine, author of Witch of Embers and not much else. Oh my gosh. I was going to talk about Witch of Embers today. That is so insane. Because I'm doing short stories today. I'm doing 2 short stories. I'm doing Megaverse and Mr. Peter, and they're both short stories. And I was like, well, I can't talk about a short story and not talk about Witch of Embers, which is my favorite Wattpad short story. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Hi, Ellen. I didn't know that was you. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm so happy to have you. Okay. Are you sure you want to remove the... Okay, and in my closing thoughts here, again, I'm not quitting on my reviews. I've decided I'm just going to go crazy with the feedback. And here is Oprah for you, representing me, saying, you give feedback, you get feedback, everyone gets feedback, because you do, and I'm not going to quit, and I'm not going to stop, and you're going to get all the feedback I can possibly give to you. So, without further ado, let us get into the actual review of Megaverse, right? We're going to do Megaverse first. Dun, dun, dun.